Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is about the concept learning. So, what exactly is concept learning? It is formulated as a problem of searching through a predefined space of potential hypothesis from the hypothesis that best fits the training example. So, as we have already told, we have a set of training instances, right? We have all the set of training instances along with target values. So, we form a hypothesis. Each and every instance is called as an hypothesis, SIS, okay? Hypothesis. So the entire is going to become the hypothesis. Okay. From the set of hypotheses, we are going to select the hypothesis that best fits our given problem statement. Okay. It should be within the concept of what we are talking about. An example over here to give you, okay, there are a set of animals. Okay. You have a subset of animals. And in that, when I tell I'm going to only concentrate on a particular concept, like I am more focused only about the birds. Okay, so I just have the birds that comes into picture comparatively to the entire set of animal subset. I'm only considering the subset of birds. Okay, so I can tell, okay, bird is a subset of animals. Okay, the entire set is the animal, bird is a subset of animals, but I am more concise to one particular topic of interest. Okay. So a function defined over all animals whose value is true only for birds and false for the other animals. We can represent a concept like this, telling that only for the birds, whichever I consider, okay, only for the birds the value of it is going to be 1, the rest of the other animals the value of it is going to be 0. So it is nothing but concept learning is formulated as a problem of searching through the predefined space, because we have the predefined space, okay, of potential hypothesis. These are all potential hypotheses because it's only related to a particular concept what I'm talking about, right? So from the hypothesis that best fits the training examples. Okay, so this is about concept learning. Now, concept learning can be inferred as a Boolean value. Okay, when I tell, okay, it is within the concept, okay, h of x is normally basically equal to 1. Okay, so it infers a Boolean valued function from training examples of inputs and outputs, because we have the inputs and the output, the target values that has been associated with it. The entire forms the hypothesis, among which we're going to select the one that best fits the given problem statement. Okay, so it's going to infer a Boolean value for that. And so we can also state that it automatically inferring the general definition of some concept. Obviously it is going to infer a concept, right? Because when I tell the birds, it is referring to one particular. So basically, we consider the Boolean valued function with respect to concept learning. So automatically inferring the general definition of some concept, whether it is a member or the non-member of the concept. Normally, it is referred to as the concept learning, or approximating the Boolean valued functions from the example. Okay, let's see an example to get it more in detail about what exactly concept learning is about. Okay, an example is like. Let's just consider that all of our friends we have decided to go out and play in the water sports. Okay, so we're going to Wonderla. So each and everyone will now come up with the set of instances that they have, and they will tell, oh, today is so sunny, it is going to rain, or whether if it is too humid. Students will have their own reasons, right? So in that case, we'll come up with the instances, and we'll see whether I can go ahead to play today in the water sports based on the instances that I have or not. Okay. So the task is, on which days can I go and enjoy the water sports with my friend? So example here is task of learning a target concept, days on which my friend enjoys his favorite water sport. So for that, the target attributes are enjoy sport, either yes or no. So you can see here the target attribute, it's just going to tell us whether it is yes or no. Enjoy sport, yes or no. And the attributes here, so we have to consider certain attributes, the instances, because I need an instance space, and that instance space must be with respect to the concept of the enjoy sport, yes or no, because it's a Boolean valued functions, right? So either have to check out with this yes or no. So the attributes here are, there are 6 important attributes that we will be considering. The first attribute is the sky. the air temperature, humidity, wind, water, and forecast. So there are 6 parameters. I would repeat it again. The sky, the air temperature, humidity, wind, water, and the forecast. So 6 attributes. Okay, keep it in mind. Today, if I want to check out whether I am really feasible to go out and play or not, so I have to check out these 6 attributes, and upon that attribute, I can decide whether I will go or not. Okay. So the training example, each hypothesis consists of the conjunction of the constraints on the instance attribute. So if I'm going to take a sample instance, right, if I want to create that sample instance, so I'm going to take the conjunction of each and every attribute value, because each and every attribute can take any value. Okay, so it's going to be the conjunction of the attribute 1, conjunction of the attribute 2, conjunction of the attribute 3, so on up to attribute 6. So only that entirely the conjunction of it becomes my training sample or a hypothesis. Okay, so each hypothesis consists of the conjunction of constraints on the instant attribute. On the attribute, there's an instance value that has been associated with it, so it's going to take up that value as shown in table 1. So I'm going to show you the table, but what does each and every attribute value that can take? Okay, an attribute value can take a question mark, so it can take 3 attribute values. One can be a question mark, the second one can be a specific value, okay, and the third one can be a 5. Okay, so it can be a question mark, it can be a specific value, it can be a 5. So either of these 3 values it can consider. Okay, so any attribute when I consider, it's going to be, or a training sample, when I consider a training sample or a hypothesis, it's going to be a conjunction of all of these 6 parameters or 6 attributes, where each and every attribute can take any one of the value, like the question mark, the 5, or a specific value. That is what we have written over here. It indicated, or see, if for each attribute, the hypothesis will either indicate by a question mark that any value is acceptable for this attribute. What does a question mark indicate? I told they consider 3 values. Okay, one was question mark as a specific value, and the third one was the 5. What does question mark indicate? Question mark indicates that it can the question, it indicates that it is acceptable with any of the value. Like a person is very flexible. He's telling any climate, any temperature, I'm ready. So he's open for everything. His options is open for everything. He's telling anything, I'm positive, I'm going to play. That's it. So question mark is that it is acceptable for any of the attributes. Okay, and it specifies a single required value. As I told, a specific value. Example, okay, today the climate is warm, today the humidity is normal. There are certain values, a specific value it can take. And the third one is 5. 5 indicates that he is not acceptable for anything. Okay, has no value is accepted. Okay, so he's a little reserved. He tells that no, I'm not ready to take up any of these. Okay, so indicated by a 5 that no value is accepted. Okay, so in the table, as I told you, right, it is a conjunction of 6 attributes. Okay, attribute values. Okay, so that indicates here. So for sky, the attributes are sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast, right? These are the attributes as discussed. Enjoy sport is the one which is going to tell us whether he's going to play yes or no, right? So this is what we consider here. So each and every attribute has a value. As I told, it can take a specific value, it can take a question mark, it can take a 5. Question mark indicates that he is very generic. So he can accept any of the possible values. So he's acceptable for any value. Whereas a specific value is like sunny, warm, normal, strong, okay, any of these values. When I tell it is a 5, he is no more ready to accept anything. Okay, so these are the conjunction values that we presented, and we are representing this. So all of these instances, right, we call it to be as the hypothesis represented using instances X. Okay, all of these things here, this becomes the instance space. Okay. So there is one terminology here. If some instance X, so we have the instance space here, right? So if some instance X satisfies all the constraints of the hypothesis, if it satisfies all the constraints of the hypothesis, then H classifies X as a positive example. That is, H of X is equal to 1. See, if X satisfies all the constraints of the hypothesis H, if it satisfies all the constraints, sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm, and same. If it satisfies all the constraints, okay, of the hypothesis, then H classifies as a positive instance. Enjoy sport is yes. So it is a positive instance. So H of X is equal to 1. Okay. To illustrate how the hypothesis can be represented, okay, here is one of the example where I'm writing how we can write an hypothesis, okay. So a friend enjoys his favorite sport only on cold days with high humidity. So can be expressed as, so he's telling he wants only cold days. So, okay, cold and high humid. So humidity is the third parameter, right? So humidity and the cold, temperature is cold. The remaining everything becomes question mark. So hypothesis H. Okay, so there are another two more which is very important to be noticed with concept learning is the most generic hypothesis. Everything will be given a question mark. So that every day is a positive example. Every day is a positive for him. Any condition, generic, he's very generic. Anything is possible. So it can take any of the values, right? It is acceptable. So everything is written as a question mark. Okay. The most specific possible hypothesis is all five. He's very specific. No, I'm not ready to take up anything. I'm not acceptable for anything. Okay. So he is very specific. So everything is going to be represented with a phi symbol. Okay. It's like whether a student is interested in academics or not. These are certain examples. An automated vehicle driving system is moving in the right direction or not. All of these things will come under the concept learning task. Okay. So to elaborate more in detail about the concept learning, okay, the enjoy sport concept learning task. How are we going to represent everything with respect to the concept learning? As I told you, you need to have an instance space, you need to have the hypothesis, okay, which is represented with any of the attribute values, either question mark, a specific value, or a phi. Okay, so let's see how are we going to. So the instance spaces, what is an instance space? As we discussed, right, the 6 attribute values and its corresponding feature values becomes the instance space. So instance space exists the possible days each described by the attributes, like we told 6 parameters, right? 6 attribute values: the sky, air temperature, humidity, windy, that is wind, water, and forecast. So the 6 parameters, whatever we consider, so the 6 attributes, and the values that the attributes can take is, for sky it is telling I can take sunny, cloudy, and rainy. So it can take 3 values for sky attribute. Air temperature, it is taking warm and cold. Okay. Humidity, it is taking normal and high. For wind, it is taking strong and weak. For water, it is warm and cool. For forecast, it is same and change. This becomes my instance space, the attributes and its values. Okay. Now, hypothesis. As I told you, we are going to create the hypothesis for that. So hypothesis, basically it is going to tell that each hypothesis is described by the conjunction of these attributes: sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast. As I told you, if we have to create a constraint or the hypothesis for a given statement, so today my friend is going to enjoy only if it is if the day is very cold and if the day is too humid. If that's the case, we got question mark, cold, here high, the remaining two were question mark. So that is one single hypothesis. So we're going to create such hypothesis by taking the conjunction of all of these 6 attributes. Okay, so where constraints may be question mark, any value accepted, 5 can be no value accepted, and a specific value. So it can take any of these 3 and we can create the hypothesis based on the instance space. Okay, the target concept C, as I told you, what is a concept here? Enjoy sports, yes or no, right? So I'm going to take out the enjoy sport X, which is belong to 0 or 1. The training instance is D, positive or negative examples of the target function. What are we actually going to determine? A hypothesis H in H such that H of X is equal to C of X for all X in capital X. That is, the H of X, whatever I'm going to consider, should be within the concept learning, within C of X for all X in capital X. All X is the instances within the capital X, which is the instance space. Okay. So this is what your entire concept learning with respect to the enjoy sport problem statement. Why do we actually do this, concept learning? So basically with the problem statements that we have, right, we first try to target to one small data set. So once we target to the other small data set, there is a confidence that it can be applicable to the multiple data sets as well, or the unobserved data. Okay, so what does this inductive learning hypothesis mean? See, any hypothesis which is found, okay, to approximate the target function well over a sufficiently large set of training examples will also approximate the target function well over the unobserved examples. I hope I'm making it very clear here. Any hypothesis found to approximate target function. See, we are all coming up with a target function to make sure that that will be adhering to the given problem statement. And we have a the data set that is associated with it, right? So any hypothesis found that is approximating the target function with the given data well over a sufficient large set of data, training data, okay, will also approximate the target function well over the other unobserved samples. This is the base of concept learning. Okay. Concept learning as a search. So one more important topic over here is concept learning as a search. What are we doing it over here? The task of searching through a large space of hypothesis implicitly defined by the hypothesis representation. When I tell concept learning as the main thing is the task of searching. You have a large space of hypothesis. Okay, from there where you are going to search the data, make sure that it is within the concept. Okay, which is implicitly defined by the hypothesis representation. Either it should have three of the values, as I told, question mark, a specific value, or a 5. Either of these three values where it is going to tell whether it is going to be there within the concept or not, like the enjoy spot, either 0 or 1, right? So we have to make sure that. So the goal of this search is to find the hypothesis that best fits the training examples. Obviously, the goal, whatever we are coming up with, the hypothesis, one single hypothesis, or we're going to find out the best hypothesis that fits the given training examples. Okay, so here let's consider how are we going to consider the instance space. We are going to apply, okay, what will be the values for the instance spaces, how many instances we'll have. We are just going to calculate that with this example. Okay, so given attribute, sky has 3 possible values. Given attributes, if you just consider the attributes, okay, well, how much as sky has? The sunny, cloudy, and rainy. So it has 3 attributes. Okay, so the possible attributes are 3. Okay, the rest attributes have 2 possible attributes. Only sky has 3. The rest remaining others have all 2 possible attributes. Okay, so my instance space is going to be 3 is for sky. The remaining humidity, windy, air temperature, water, and forecast, they have two attributes. I'm again showing it to you if you do not get confused over here. Okay, so I told sky, right, the values are 3, only 3. So it has this, but for the other rest of the, it has only two values. Okay, it has only two values. So my instance space now, as what I'm showing over here, it has 3 dot all the remaining 2. So it has 96 distinct instant possibles. Okay, 96 distinct instances which is possible. Okay, this is what instance space has. But as per the concept learning task, whatever we have seen now, we have 2 more additional values, question mark and phi. Specific values we have got it through the instance space, but we have question mark and phi as well, right? So 2 more. So 2 more, question mark and phi. So hence it is going to be for each and everything. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Again 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 5,120 syntactically distinct hypotheses in H we can get. Hypothesis space. Now you think of the hypothesis space. I just had the instance space given. Now you can think over the hypothesis space. Okay, hypothesis, SES space. Okay, So 5120 distinct. Okay. See, every possible hypothesis, every hypothesis containing 1 or 5 symbols, it classifies either as a negative. When it is 5, it basically restricts that to be negative. Okay. So he's not specific. He's very specific. Sorry, he's not generic. He's very specific. So a 5 value, we'll just remove that. Okay. I'll just write it as 1. I'm writing it as 1, the 5 value plus out of all of these things, right, I'm going to delete 1 because 5, I'm writing it in general. That will be a negative sample. So in general, I'll write it and the remaining will be 4. 4, 3, 3, 3, and 3, which is 973 syntactically distinct hypothesis in H. If I remove the negatives ones, right, positivities, if I consider, I will get so many hypotheses in H. Now I have to come up with the best hypothesis that fits the given problem statement. Okay. So this is about your concept learning. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Think we'll stop for the day, guys. See you in the next class. Thank you.